Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Astros, and I'm here to talk about Game 97 of the regular season. Astros lose 5-4 to the Cleveland Indians, and this is a hard one to lose. The Astros had a few opportunities to win, and they just couldn't pull through. A bit on pitching, a bit on offense. It was just one of those bummer games that you just leaves a bitter taste in your mouth. So elephant in the room. I don't think Lance did as bad as it indicates on the score sheet. I would not, if I was Dusty Baker, I wouldn't have sent him back out for the sixth inning. He did. He was at 88 pitches at that time, so I get why he did it, right? This wasn't like earlier in the season where he would make a call and it was just a complete and utter head scratcher for everybody in the fan base. I get why he would do something like that, right? I get the idea behind it. I get saying, hey, he's only at 88. He's been pitching pretty well as of late. Maybe we can get a sixth inning out of him. It didn't work. It went awry. 3 hits consecutively that would all come around to score after Brian Abreu entered the game. It was a bummer. So I want to mention on that note, I thought Lance tonight, I thought his pitches were really good. His splitter was fantastic. It was zipping in. Anywhere from like 94 to 96 was usually what was popping up on the radar gun. And it had crazy movement tonight. So whatever he's doing with the splitter, it's working. It is fantastic. I thought the movement was great. The slider as well. I thought falling off a table looked fantastic. Right? I think that pitch mix of usually either splitter, slider, and then the occasional knuckle curve, which is basically his signature pitch. I think that is a great mix of pitches. I think that can make for very successful outings for Lance McCullers. And tonight, I don't think he did anything too bad. I think the other hitters were just kind of getting the lucky breaks, quite literally, where the ball would break to. And if I were Lance, I would not change anything going into the next game. If I were Brent Strom, I wouldn't change anything going into the next game. I would say, hey, you did everything correctly. The other team just got lucky and got contact on it. Just keep doing you and don't alternate your game plan for it. Because if you look at the peripheral numbers, right, if you look at like individual things, if you look at the numbers that would indicate FIP for tonight, right, which is walks, strikeouts, and home runs, 2 walks, 8 Ks, no homers. He was fantastic. And I believe almost all of those strikeouts were swinging. I would certainly guess the most of them, the first 4 were. I'm just going to try to do a little peripheral. Every strikeout that I've seen to this point is a swinging strikeout. I think he might have had 1 called strikeout. Yeah, all of them were swinging. Like, he did everything correctly tonight for Lance. Just sort of unlucky. And I'm going to continue to play devil's advocate for Lance McCullers until he gives me real reason not to. And then Brian Abreu entered the game after that point where it was a 2-1 game. And he looked for a minute like we were going to be fine because he gets first guy to strike out, second guy to strike out. And you're like, okay, we're good. Just a pop out, a ground out, whatever. We can be done with this. And then a 2-out, 3 RBI double, which was just an absolute killer. That made it 4-2. The Astros would somewhat come back after that. Maldonado double, Altuve double, and then a Yuli single with outspur little sprinkled out throughout there. That made it 4-4. The first 2 Astro runs, I should also say. Altuve home run, Tucker home run, which great to see. That's fantastic. Tucker had a home run yesterday, so back-to-back games for him. Altuve, 3 in 2 games. Magnificent. He also had the RBI double and a run scored after that. So those are great to see. Those 2 guys coming alive. That's wonderful. Straw and Maldonado both had a hit. Yuli had the hit. That was pretty much it. The offense was overall kind of rough tonight. No walks, only 6 runners. Isn't going to win a ton of games. Again, you scored 4, which is right in that weird area where it's basically a coin flip if that'll win you or not. But after the Astros tied it up, Austin Pruitt, who came in, would give up a home run in his 2/3, which he has looked pretty rough to this point. I know it's been like maybe 3 innings total this year at the Major League level for Austin Pruitt, but it's not been a great showing out of him, which is a bummer. Blake Taylor came in. I believe he got a pop-out to finish that inning. Ryan Stennett came in. He looked great. Pair of strikeouts in his inning of work. Gave up a walk, but that's okay. And Ryan Presley, inning of work, got a strikeout, which pretty much what Ryan Presley is going to do every single game he comes into is he's going to go an inning, he's going to get a strikeout, and he's going to give up some weird base runner. It's usually not a walk, but it's like a weird blooper infield hit or an error or a hit by pitch or like a dropped strike 3. It's some weird thing that allows the runner to reach base. There you go. That's kind of a strange way. Tonight was a weird little error by him where he couldn't quite get his glove on the ball because he was trying to locate the base. But it wouldn't matter. The run wouldn't score or anything, and we already had lost at that point. This is just such a bummer of a game. Again, I thought Lance did way better than the stat sheet will show. And this is just one of those games that you just go, ugh, that sucked. And kind of got to move on to the next one. Just take it on the chin, learn from it what you can. We play the Rangers Friday. We have an off day tomorrow, which is weird that we've had so many off days in like a 2-week span when we played like what felt like 50 games in a row. Again, off day tomorrow. We play the Rangers, started 3 games with them Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Be nice to beat them at least 2 out of the 3, maybe get a sweep. We've kind of let the Rangers beat up on us a little bit this year, and they are worst team in the American League. They've lost 8 consecutive going into this series. Oh, boy. They've lost 8 straight going into this. Please, Astros, love of God, win this series. Try to sweep them, I would say, ideally. They are the 2nd worst team in the American League, behind or ahead of only Baltimore, which seems just about right. The Baltimore Orioles, are they ever going to be done with this rebuild? Because like, it's felt like they've been in this rebuild for a long while. And like with other rebuilds that started at the same time, at least they're starting to like get out of it. Right? They're starting to like get mediocre at least. Some of those rebuilding teams are even fantastic now. Teams like the Padres are great at this point in time. The White Sox specifically also. They started their rebuild afterwards, and they're already a contender. And the Baltimore Orioles are just sort of still on that cellar dweller where it's like, hey, we're going to get there eventually. When is that eventually? We don't know. Why did I go off on a Baltimore Orioles tangent in the back half of an Astros video? I don't know. But Friday, 8:10 start time, 7:10 Central. We're going to send Oda Rizzi. They're going to send out Allard. Probably mispronouncing that. Again, 8:10 Eastern, 7:10 Central Friday. I'll be here after that. And now allow me to, before I do the outro, completely sell out and beg for subscribers. We are at, I believe, 390, so we are right on the cusp of 400. So if you are not, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, hit the subscribe button. And that is all I have to say for tonight. So thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day. And as always, go Astros.